Yeah, manager Nathan Jones joining us live now in the press box here at Notts County after a 0-0 draw and a clean sheet against a side up there in the playoff positions. Pleased with the point?
Yeah, overall, I think it's a good point. As I said, I thought for 70 minutes we controlled the game. I felt we weren't really in any pressure. I thought we controlled the tempo of the game, moved the ball very well, got into real good areas, had some real good interplay, and it's just a shame we didn't have a tiny bit more cutting edge and put one of those chances away, because then I felt that we would have gone on and won the game, because he said they would have had to come out a lot earlier, which kind of suits us. But no, look, it was a good away performance. These are a decent side, and I said we've come here, and I think we've been brave in our possession, brave in what we've done, and I felt it's a decent away point.
So close just before half time. Danny Hilton with one of the rare chances of the first half, a header back towards him, he controlled it but then just couldn't seem to get the shot away.
No, it just seems to be falling back, I think, and then couldn't get a little shot away. But I felt we had some real good opportunities counter-attacking. I thought we were a real threat, and then in and around we had a lot of good interplay around the edge of the box that we just wanted someone to pull the trigger, and I think Jack's had a great chance to put past the post, and I think we've had a few of those little opportunities. But the way we moved the ball, we went about our business. I thought we were brave coming here, and as I said, in the end they've changed, and for us late on, and that was the only time really did we look like losing, look under any threat of conceding.
The second half seemed to be in control until the latter stages, where suddenly they had several consecutive corners, and from the last of those a penalty was given, and we didn't see what happened. And your thoughts on the foul and the award given?
The less said about the arbitration of this game, the better. I think it's an extremely soft penalty, and how we went, as I said, I don't really want to comment. It's a soft penalty. It's a soft penalty, but we can't give people opportunities to do that, especially away. And I could say a million things about the referee, I really could, but I'd end up in front of the FA. Their manager was as frustrated as me, so it's not like he was in any way a certain way towards us or towards them. I think he was equally as whatever he was for both sides. So it's a disappointing one, but as I said, it's a good point. We focused on the thing. I said Christian's great save, magnificent save from a pen, and that's why we need your keeper sometimes. And then probably from Alex Gilead, it's probably one of the best performances I've seen from a League Two player. Until he ran out of steam at the end, I thought he was absolutely outstanding.
You've just covered my next few questions there with both Christian and Alex, but yeah, I mean, a fantastic save, the second this season from Luton Town goalkeepers, and a key point in the game, wasn't it, so late on?
Oh, well, it is. I mean, in all honesty, you lose the game then probably, but he's got us a point, and that's magnificent. And I think it would have been harsh on either side. If Danny had nicked the one late on, probably would have been harsh. I mean, I felt we controlled the game, and as an away side that's very, very good to do. So I don't think we were under any real threat until they went more direct late on, in terms of just putting it up to the two big powerful ones which they have, and our back four stood really, really strong, because I've seen them do that to Grimsby. Grimsby were one up, and then they put the big ones on, went direct, put a lot of pressure on, and won the game 2-1. With us, we stood strong, and it shows that we don't get bullied, we don't get out-fought, out-battled. I mean, some of the football we played first half I thought was excellent. And
you've mentioned Alex Gilead. I said in commentary he was my man of the match today. I thought he put in a super performance, and he seems to really be settling, and now he's playing the starting 11 position on a regular basis. His game's getting better and better, and we're seeing more and more from him, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, but we kind of knew that. He was impatient, he wanted to play, but in terms of how he missed all the pre-season, so that's why it's taken a little bit of time to integrate him and pop him in. But he was, as I said, that's as good a performance from a League Two player as I've seen, and in terms of how we went about it with real quality. And we knew we'd get that type of performance from him, and we're delighted we have him.
I mean, you've got him until January, I believe, at the moment, isn't the deal? So is there already sort of talks and thoughts for yourself, anything that can be done longer term, or is it too early stages to be?
It's a little bit early, but we'd love to have him in our ranks permanent. That's the type of player he is. That's the type of player we look for. But no, let's let the boy settle, let him continue his development and his football here. I'm sure Newcastle are delighted with how he's playing and the performances he's putting in. And as I said, he's turned into I believe he's going to be a thoroughbred player. I believe he's going to be a Premier League player. He's kind of backing up my words now.
Don't say too much. We want to keep him, Nathan. We don't want the clubs being aware of it.
It's about it's about development. I mean, he has to continue developing now. There's no point putting him in an environment that might not be as conducive as ours. We believe we've got a good environment there. We believe we give him a platform to play. Hopefully he enjoys the training, he's learning, he's developing, because he's going to be a fine young player, but that'll come in time, so there's no rush with it.
You made a few changes both to the starting 11 and during the course of the game. Just talk to us first of all, obviously the decision to put Alan Sheehan in at left back and bring Johnny Mullins back into the centre of defence.
Well, with what they have, they have a good bit of experience in their squad, and we knew that they'd have a direct threat, so we wanted to make sure that we were strong. Johnny's a leader for us. We had 3 leaders in the back 4, if you like, and Todd is the younger one. But it was more to do with the fact we felt that they allow space in between lines, and Alan's one of the best passers we have, and to get it into our front people and causing problems. And I said we didn't do that enough, but that was the thinking really. But I said Dan Potts has done very well for us, but the week out won't do him any harm.
And then a tactical change, I think, with one of the changes, taking off Jack Marriott and putting Ollie Lee alongside Glenn Ray with the 3 in front and then just Danny up front. Yeah,
what we did then, we just felt we'd probably run out a bit of steam within our diamond and we weren't getting through the middle of them, so we just went round them. We thought that if we were going to carve them open, we could have done it down the flanks with the quality we have wide. So it's just a little tactical change really. It wasn't a case of taking off a striker, and then in the end we knew we'd be a little bit back and forth, so we ended up putting Vassell on, and hopefully he might nick something. But as I said, it's probably a fair result, and it keeps our unbeaten run going.
And Pelly came off the bench and looked lively as always. A superb bit of skill that had us all frustrated, and we don't want to get you in trouble with the FA, but what an awful decision from the referee to blow up and not play advantage, one of many times that he did it in the game as well.
Well, I think those are probably the things I would like to say, but I can't. But it's what they have to do is they're too eager to blow the whistle and slow the game down. They're not there to officiate. They're there to make sure that the game is played at the right manner, the right tempo, and so on. And when someone's in, and when there's an advantage, you only got to delay for a second or 2, and you'll see the picture will become just too eager at times to blow the whistle. No one had really come to see him. They come to see a good football match, and I felt at times he probably killed the flow of the game.
League action breaks for a couple of weeks now. We look ahead to two cup games. How does that sort of change things from sort of the momentum that we've got in the league and a good unbeaten run now to focusing on the FA Cup and then the Checkatrade Trophy?
Well, I mean, the FA Cup game is just like another league game really. We go down to Exeter, who's a fellow League 2 side, and we have to and it's just another like a League 2 test, but albeit in the cup. No, our momentum's good, and we've 8 games unbeaten. We're including 1 Checkatrade game in that, so we've got 2 games in quick succession where we'll want to stay unbeaten again. And if we do that, then hopefully we'll progress in 2 cup competitions. We're going to progress in 1 anyway, but we'll progress in another one as well.
Lovely, thanks very much for your time.